Yo, what's up? Welcome back to the YouTube, my 2 cents. I'm here to talk back about the Sauvage and fragrance outlet and the saga of what's going on. I'm going to talk about the Fake Sauvage versus the EDP. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking, the Fake Sauvage versus the Real Sauvage. So, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go ahead and look at my first video before this one about the Fake Sauvage that I got from fragrance outlet. Sent it back and still haven't got my money back yet, so I'm going through that with them. But yeah, we're going to talk about the real one that I ended up buying from Sephora, and I'm going to point out the factors on the bottle and box that make it, to make it look real, because I haven't seen any videos lately. I've seen the older videos when the counterfeiters wasn't that good, but they're getting better. So we're going to point out the differences in bottles and stuff. So if you want to do the comparison, you got to look at the first video about the Fake Sauvage EDP. Today we're going to talk about the Real Sauvage EDP. So I'd like to thank you for taking the time out to watch this video today. Working on different things to get the page more, professional. Working on a banner, other things. We're going to start making video edits and stuff. Trying to not work on doing the one takes. Working and learning how YouTube works. So bear with me, Follow me, subscribe. I follow back, and I ain't gonna keep y'all, but let's just talk about the Real Sauvage EDP that we got. So this is the bottle, and we are going to get into other factors on it here, but this is the box, and the packaging. And there's nothing really about the box. Well, there's one or a couple things that might clue into if it's real or fake. So let's talk about the box and packaging. The cellophane, the sticker is one thing that I've noticed that seemed to be more on par with the real one, is that the sticker is real thick, and then it has that engraving but it lifts up, so that's one thing I pay attention to. If you get those bottles, people don't want to open it. If they don't want to open it and you about to buy it, then that's a red flag right there. But let's open it. The cellophane really does give me any indication besides the folds and stuff and it being dead center coming down, so just make sure that that's neat. If the cellophane ain't folded neatly, that could be a red flag too. So let's get the box out and these things. One thing that I noticed on this box that real boxes don't have yet, at least. The fake boxes don't have yet, at least. So let's just go around the box. It's the front. Nothing really. They pretty much had the boxes down packed, since the beginning. So you really ain't no indications on the box. But one thing that I noticed, I'm going to show you here. If you look back on the other video about the packaging, you would see that on the fake box, the inside of the inside mesh of the box is the same color as the box, but the fake one is white. So I'm assuming the whole box is one color, not just painted on the outside like the fake. So you guys can tell that is the same color as the box. So that's something you want to pay attention to. The B, you want to make sure that is dead center and not too big. I don't think the other one on the box looked too bad. I think there really was no difference in it besides the color edges on the box were white. And then you might get white on the corners, right there on the corners, but nowhere else along the edge should be white. It should be the same color of the box. Same on the flaps. It's all one uniform color, not white on the inner edges. If that makes sense. Alright. Just the bottom of the box. You guys want to look. You guys might notice new things that I haven't noticed. So just thought I'd show it. Bought this 2 weeks ago from Sephora. Alright. That's really much it on the box. Let's get into the bottle. Now, Sauvage EDP. Let's look around the bottle real quick. Notice that the atomizers go straight down. It curves, but it's level with the bottle, and it's transparent. It's not white. You can't see it. People say you can't see it, but you know, if there ain't no light behind me, you know, behind this camera, you would not see that atomizer. But that, all right. Let's look at the bottom of that. See how that information is etched inside of the bottle, along with the batch code is etched on the last video. The fake one, it is printed. It is not supposed to be printed. That is a red flag right away. You see that information printed on there, you got a fake. Even all this stuff here is engraved. I'm trying to see if you guys can see that. So you guys, I don't know, because my camera, I can't see it until the video's over because it's recording from the rear. But yeah, second thing, the wording. Let's look at that. See how everything is level on the last video of the fake one. The A's, the end of the A's were kind of raised up, and they were not level with the rest of the word when they screen printed or whatever the fake ones do. You can see that the gradient fades very little on the bottom. Also, that's something you want to pay attention to. You might see somewhere the fading comes down and the gradient gets clear before the bottom of the bottle where the liquid starts. So that's supposed to be one uniform color, and you get like a purple hue from it at a distance. If you look, that's another indicator that it's real, you know. So you want to pay attention to that. The cap is stronger. The other one, you could shake it and the cap would move. It was magnetic, but it wasn't as strong. See, this is kind of strong. All right, let's get into the cap. Seeing the differences is, see the B. The B is more crisp and refined. They're getting better, y'all. So you don't have one to compare on the side, you kind of wouldn't know. Let's see. See if I can. All right, I'm back. I just wanted to weigh the cap. I don't know if I can't show you guys, but trust me. Cap is 31.9, so 32 grams for 100 ml. I don't know if it's any different for the other sizes, but it's for the 100 ml. All right, let's get into the bottle. I noticed on the back to the bottle, I noticed that on the fake bottle they have lines, like they fuse the glass together in a mold. You don't see that on this bottle. Also, you might see one faint line, but the rest of the bottle is smooth. Another thing about the bottle that I noticed, it is not painted. This is the color on the bottle, is the color of the bottle. You can't scratch that off. On the fake one, it was starting to chip, and the bluish color was getting scratched off. Not supposed to happen. So add that on. Here's the CD logo. You guys can see how crisp that is. Okay, it does have the line on the rim. Pay attention to the atomizer. I like to pay attention to that, how close it, you know, how rounded out it is to the edge, and how close the top of the sprayer atomizer is close to the top. So all these things you got to pay attention to. The color, distance from the top. CD. How that's supposed to look on a real one. That's real. Go back and look at the fake video for comparison. Let's take the cap off. See what the atomizer looks like on the real one. They've gotten better with that, but that's supposed to be all clear. Well, not clear, but you can get my point. White. Nope, but they've gotten better with the atomizer, so just gotta look. And it is pressurized. I'm gonna put that back on to show you that it's pressurized. Alright, let's see here. Pressurized atomizer, and the smell is much different from the fake one. I mean, it kicks. I mean, you can really smell the bergamot and ambroxan on this thing. It stays. It lasts way longer than 15 minutes like the other one. The other one wouldn't last 10-15 minutes when you spray it. It smelled like it at first, but it faded away quick. So, oh man, that smells so good, man. But yeah, you can smell the bergamot, the pepper, Sichuan pepper, I think that's in here, and the ambroxan is real strong compared to the fake. So that should be a telltale sign too. The smell, it don't fade away right away, you know. So that should have been a clue. But you know, you wouldn't think a place like outlet, a fragrance place, a business, has more than one store would sell fake things. And still waiting to get my money back. So here it is. I ended up paying with tax $180 for this, and I don't mind paying it because I know I got the real thing. So, and you know, if you guys are looking for a nice clone of this, Salvo Intense, I have that. It's pretty close, you know what I'm saying. It'll work for the budget, you know, and it'll never be refined as the real thing, but it's pretty close, and you will get by. If you don't want to pay the $165 plus tax for this in retail, I think you can find it cheaper elsewhere, but not much. I think the cheapest I found it was like $135. So look around, get it. The Real Sauvage EDP. Say you want to pay attention to the caps, the engraving on the bottom of that glass. That's the real clue. You guys can look at that CD. That really isn't an indicator, man. It's hard to tell from that CD unless it just looks wonky, but they got good, so it's hard to tell, man. So Sauvage EDP, the real bottle versus the fake one. Go back and watch the fake video and you guys can see, and I'm pointing out the differences in the video. So I'll be back. I'm dropping more videos today. I might do a top 5 or something, so stay tuned, subscribe, like, share. My 2 cents. We are here in the game, and we're about to start doing some shit. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. I'm out.